Why should I give a damn?
What's up? You're now tuned into episode 146 of Why Should I Give It Down? I'm your host, Eric.
It's your girl, Bree to the barber.
It's your boy, Randy King.
It's the light-skinned Bill Russell.
And we are back in the building. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell if you're tuning in on YouTube. Also, make sure you hit us up on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and all that good stuff for those of you who like to listen to the old school, the audio, and get the pure, uncensored versions of the episodes. We back at it once again with a lot to talk about. First, I want to talk about out the gate. We just got to bring it hot off the skillet. Azealia Banks. Let's talk about it. Let's bring it up. First off, we can't even touch on the Azealia Banks situation without touching on the unfortunate incident. I believe we touched on last week when we talked about DC Young Fly's. I don't know if they were married, but a significant other. She passed away during a mommy makeover procedure, and it was really fucked up because her last post was her pretty much saying that, she about to do a review. You know how people had a day-to-day and they'll show you the process on YouTube? Because, anytime I'm about to do something, I like to go on YouTube.
They're called vlogs, Gramps.
Yeah, vlogs. Yeah, that's what it's called. Anytime, and I'm like, anytime I'm about to do something, I always like to watch the little videos to kind of get a feel for what I'm getting. Like we went on a cruise, I watched like Carnival Cruise vlogs for like weeks to kind of, it geeks you up for the vacation too when you got to do something. But long story short, her name was Jackie O. She was a wild and out girl. Anybody know her real actual government name?
No.
Outside of Jackie O, but she was on Wild and Out Girl. She was one of the OGs, been there for a long time. A lot of people fuck with her.
Oh, that's how they met. I didn't really know that.
Huh? They met on Wild and Out. Yeah, there was one of the Wild and Out episodes where he said something that he said, I fucked around and got wifed up, or fucking around and wifed up a Wild and Out girl and like kissed her on the show. That was like my first time.
I did see that. Yeah,
that was my first time ever like seeing her, but I didn't really know nothing after that. But from what I'm seeing, like she was a super devout family woman, and a lot of people was affected by this, and DC Young Fly, hopefully everybody's sitting there.
A little, yes, of course she did, fake, but rest in peace. But a little too many people were into it, and I'm like, the older I get, I'm like, we're getting too deep into the celebrity world. It's not new, but once people like Krishan Rock and Jackie O, where I'm seeing 100, like. Come on now, like these niggas don't really got that much talent. So just the overpouring is, I'm not hating, but I'm just like, I had to think like, do she got music out? Is she in movies? I'm like, are we really just glorifying this?
Well, I think it was just a sad situation because
but even this, okay, where they
they had 3 kids.
Were they married? Were they married?
Long time life partner.
See, that's funny too.
Established.
We got Azealia Banks fans.
No, I like Azealia, but no, she wasn't wrong. I just want to know because sometimes, they ain't married in this, and I'm like, I don't think they're married. I keep seeing wife, and I'm like, is it because she's light skinned? Is because she? What is it? Because most of the time that's getting checked. But I'm like, and I'm not hating. I didn't know she had that many supporters. But like you said, I start seeing.
I'm gonna tell you what it is.
Makeover shit. I'm like, oh, okay, you're really like an influencer. She was like an influencer.
I think that's what put it to the. It was a.
She's an influencer, and she's an influencer. So. When you see these people with their families and they vulnerable, I just saw a video with DC Young Fly. He was like praying with her, and they was like really spiritual. So I think what it is the vlogs and the behind the scenes influencer stuff that she does really humanized her for a lot of people.
And them tickle bitties.
Exactly. Well, that's what got her in a position to be a wild and out girl.
Rest in
but
peace.
That is what it is. Rest in peace. But it just goes to show, man, that sometimes. It's a crazy world. You never know what's going to happen, so you got to appreciate people while they're here. But she's no longer with us, died at 32 years old. I feel bad for the kids. She had especially when you have really young kids, older kids can process death a little better. I mean, nobody wants to process death, but older kids at least have relationships and memories and all this other stuff. But for those young kids to never be able to grow up with a mom is very sad.
Well, they'll grow with a mom, just not their mom. I'm sure they'll have some type of step. These Young Fly will be back on a horse in a year.
How do you give him a year?
How long? Out here. He popping.
How long is appropriate? How long would be appropriate? I mean, I hate
you got 3 young kids.
Sound insensitive, but
a year is early. But I could definitely see. I think it depends on how long the relationship is. But mother of your kids, that's something like she's probably gonna always be in your heart. I mean, so you got to move past that.
At the end
But
of
you
the-
know, this is for men. I don't see men waiting longer than a year to move on.
DC Young Fly gonna be getting sucked tomorrow.
Woman,
He
a
probably
lot
got sucked
longer.
after the funeral. She had all the girls probably crying. And he had a great speech.
Cause
He's
gonna be getting that sympathy mouth all this month. So at the end of the day, take your time. It's a healing process. DC Young Fly.
Breeze,
I-
ain't your stepmom money.
Everyone's gonna be sliding in.
God, no.
You remember the funeral dude off of Everybody Hates Chris? Like that's how people be in these
Oh, he was
situations. They
funny.
wait for a situation, they slide in. So at the end of the day, I just hope everything works out for him. It's a sad situation. Nobody likes to see mothers go, especially active mothers. Like I said, we don't know her enough to know what was going on or whatever, but for a human reaction is always we don't want to see that type of stuff happen to nobody. So
Unless you're Azealia Banks, then she definitely
exactly, and that's exactly what I was getting to. Excellent transition because Azealia Skank Banks wants to come in here and say her
Her
piece.
little
Because if
1
y'all don't
cent.
remember, Azealia Banks was on Wild 'N Out. Was that a year or two? Well, how many
like
months ago?
2+ years
About
ago.
two and a half years ago, and DC Young Fly clowned her braces and embarrassed her, and she got all mad. And you fast forward to today, this weekend, when the unfortunate passing of DC Young Fly's baby mom happened, and Azealia Banks is now claiming that she's pretty much celebrating, made a post pretty much saying, y'all better stop playing with me and mocking the death and talking about how DC Young Fly, his hatred for himself and all this other stuff. Long story short, she was trying to make it seem like she got some spiritual connection to the spirit world that caused this to happen as karma. She said, her own words, karma is a bitch. So she thinks this is karma for DC Young Fly
Roasting her,
talking shit about her on the show.
doing his job.
This might have been Azealia Banks. We done talked about her a lot and everything but music, unfortunately.
Exactly. What
This
song
might-
did she have again? I'm like,
She had that 1991 song a long time
Mm.
ago, that Kanye Heights.
About 75 scandals and dramas ago. But now it's like she did so much shit now. And it's like eventually you kind of get numb to it, but she outdid herself this time.
Yeah.
This to me
Yeah.
was absolutely outright disgusting.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
even for her, this was like below her. Like I get it. You're the self-mutilation girl that hates black people. You only uses your blackness to protect yourself in white spaces and against other niggas. I get it. And I get it. You're like I told Colin off the air, I believe she's like one of those people who cut themselves. You know how people used to hate themselves, like slice their wrist and shit? She's one of those, but instead of cutting herself, she cuts her reputation. And she cuts the image of herself that people have.
transition?
I feel like she
Okay,
cuts
Dr.
it.
Phil.
I think she cuts it because she's constantly doing shit to make people hate her, and it's almost like it's on purpose. And then when the hate comes, she just basks in it and just takes it and inhales it like it's just like she's smoking it or something. Like it's just like
She
it
probably
brings
that.
her to life.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
the
like
attention she like, bro. Like,
people
she
like
love
that
it.
have
Was
issues.
sick. What you just said was sick, though. This is clearly mental health. Like, never wishing the dead.
The
So-
bitch
She
been
needs
mental. I don't know. Like she been showing this pattern of extremely weird behavior, and I mean, I'm not really surprised.
Shout out Russell Crowe. We're
She might
streaming
be-
Gladiator all night. We're streaming Gladiator on repeat.
Didn't he slap her or some shit like that?
He spit in her face. He was trying to tell us
Yeah, I
something
would have
years
spit in
ago.
that bitch face too.
Fool ass. Like he was trying.
Like,
He was ahead of the
that
game.
bitch.
Russell was ahead of the
Way
game.
ahead of the game. Shout
Ahead
out.
of the game.
Shout out, Russ.
But you know,
I
I try to put my black cape on.
I forgot about that.
And this is why you can't put a black cape on for women just because they're black. We'll talk about this later in the Travis Rudolph situation. But for now, in this situation, this is why you just can't throw the capes on like that. Because this whole time, like when that whole Russell Crowe shit happened, like I said, I just took up for her just on the fact that it's a black woman. But now, 27 allegations and scandals and dramas later, I realize you're just a terrible person. You're just and to make it even worse, she's really a dark skinned Doja Cat that acts pro black. But if you look at the men she dates nothing but fucking Shia LaBeouf ass huffs.
Some niggas want to date her. She look like a damn chihuahua. You feel me? That suck
mean-
blood. You know what I mean? Like she's ugly, bro. Like she ugly in the face. She got an ugly spirit.
That sounds anti-black,
I mean-
Ronnie. That sounds That sounds like you hate your mother,
I
Ronnie.
mean, honestly,
My
Eric, you
mama
sound
ugly.
anti-black because when it's a black girl with mental health problems, you want her to get spit in the face, but let her be a Becky or something, I think you be having your scrubs on.
Absolutely not. Like I said, this is Azealia Banks. Azealia Banks doesn't she don't represent black to me. When I talk about her, I no longer think black.
Positive.
She goes in that bed wench category, that Candace Owen Doja Cat category to me. Yep. Like I said, I've seen enough pale, non-tan white men in her love life to now know exactly. Like anytime if I'm looking at if I can look at the presidents of the United States, and then I can look at your boyfriends and they look similar. I know your bedwin status. Just on that. You got a Thomas Jefferson looking ass nigga. You got a George Washington looking ass nigga.
Oh my God.
You got a fucking Robert Kennedy looking ass nigga. So I'm like, okay, I get it. You're a wench. So I just hope she gets what she deserves. And that's white dick and then no money left and a bunch of motherfuckers shitting on her because apparently that's what she likes.
So is that why you got your Chika cape on? Because I don't think she like white dudes.
She's speaking.
Speaking.
Okay,
I didn't know
time out. What is, because this, I'll be honest, over the weekend, we talked about Chika, and Chika was another person in the Azealia Banks category who recently, she got on a flight, and there was kids crying, and I hate kids crying on the flight, too. I ain't gonna lie to it. It's absolutely disgusting, absolutely irritating, but I get it. It's a part of life. But she went online and started talking shit about the kids, started talking shit about the mothers, or these stupid bastards on the plane, these spoiled, like just talking shit about the kids. Turns out it was Tiny and T.I.'s granddaughter. So it was that Tiny and T.I.'s granddaughter that was the babies on the plane. So it ended up being a whole big thing on the internet.
But it seems like okay, she was crazy. It seemed like just the babies were on there. Maybe there was a chaperone. That's what it seemed like. It seemed like because they were in first class. So maybe there was a situation because it seemed like there was no parent or guardian. It seemed like they were on.
They had security or like a little transportation.
So to be fair, like the T.I. twist was crazy, but it's like we've been on planes and I've got not live tweeted, but I've tweeted about how crazy she went a little too far. But I've
the farthest I've gone is the group. I've gone in on
need to shut the fuck up. Like damn,
I've gone in on a family group text about a baby's crying. I mean that's about as deep as you can go. I feel like. Once you go online on the Twitter and you start disrespecting all that shit.
But she has some valid questions. Why are there two random kids just screaming sitting next to me in first class? Like what? No one's gonna.
Why are you sitting in two seats and not being charged for both of them, Chika? I don't know. Everybody's different. At the end of the day, they bought their shit just like you bought your shit. It happens. She got money, so as she so eloquently. It is funny how these pro-black bitches, all of us, they like to shit and they become capitalistic as fuck when motherfuckers get on her ass. Because when you look at her Twitter now, it's I'm shitting on you. You bitches is broke. Yeah, okay. Shut your fat ass up. You gonna spend half your money in Twinkies anyway, bitch.
So
we're gonna get back on you.
Who is this?
We got time for bitches today.
Who is this?
I wish I had a horn.
She's a rapper. She's successful.
She's a rapper.
Grammy
what song does she have?
I don't know, but I know she. It was that movie with Jamie Foxx and Dominique Fishback where like she could rap for her talent, and she could wrote all those songs. So she can rap. She was a XXL freshman. I don't know. I don't really listen to modern day rap, so I'm just saying like I know. Like when I talk about like female rapper, she's up there, but she is one of those no name. She's in that group with no name where it's always like self-deprecation.
If Precious could rap, like
but the only thing I'll give her,
chicken box and put a microphone.
She makes like kind of fun of herself. But I didn't think the rant was. I just think when I saw she kept ranting, I'm like, okay, like you're getting a couple little tweets about how these annoying kids. Everybody, I'm like, you're damn near like.
Let's not forget the mental health cape she tried to throw. Like I was having a manic episode.
I mean, let's not forget she has like over 100,000 followers on Twitter, and her shit went protected. Yeah. Like niggas was on her ass, so that's when you have to kind of retreat. The one thing about Azealia Banks, she's really psycho. So she'll, like you said, she's just standing with her arms open, give me the head.
Right,
Some of these other motherfuckers,
she could not build like Azealia Banks. Like and that's what makes it more like
built like the Mucinex man.
She's built like fucking. Let's not get started on what she's built like.
That bad.
She cold, but she do got like the little Rick Ross stubble that like bigger.
You got a beard. You be sponsoring her fat transfer?
She got money. Shit, she rich. I think she happy, and somebody probably clapping. So I'm just I gave her talent. She's just in the looks department. I'm like, well, that's when you look crazy, you can't talk crazy because that's the first thing
Look,
people gonna
exactly. Especially when you look
She
like
lose
Carl
some
Winslow
weight.
with sister locks. Like, stop.
do. You know what she look like, Bree?
The more on they get, the more.
Wait,
Even
do you know what
Lizzo
she look like,
slimming
Bree?
down a little bit.
You know what she looks like?
I don't.
Okay,
but you
there
said
we go.
Mucinex, man, so I'm trying to like build.
She
this
looks like a
character
little
in
Rick
my head.
Ross with dreads.
We'll put a picture of her.
She-
Well, we might not.
Yeah,
'Cause I don't want to
need
get.
to see a
Got
picture.
bars
Hold
though.
on.
She got bars.
The producer is
If
producing the
she,
picture.
if she can rap, she can rap.
man.
But I just like, and she always, and you know what's funny? The other
she look
thing
like
she
Barney
tried to
from
pull.
back here.
Kind of
Oh
like
my
Viscera
God.
from WWE.
Damn, she
So
look
what-
like Mark Henry.
She does look like Viscera. Shout out to
Yeah.
Viscera. I
Rest in
remember
peace.
Viscera.
Rest in
Big
peace.
bone.
Rest in peace to Viscera.
Her
WWF
titties and her
type
stomach
shit.
kind of like the Homer face from back here too. Like it's
God.
disgusting. Like,
But hey,
jeez.
all I'm gonna say is,
I'm
man,
pushing for the push.
yeah, people just need to watch who the fuck they talking to. You don't know who's who and who the next person is.
That was
capable
always like
of.
some Curb Your Enthusiasm type twist though. Out of all the
Yeah.
people,
That is crazy.
that's T.I. and
But it's
Tiny
first
Jr.
class though, so you got even if
Yeah,
it's
that's
nobody, you gotta assume it's
Yeah.
somebody. Like especially if it's like I'm pretty sure there was bodyguards by the kids or
Yeah,
something.
because ain't no
So
kids
she-
just
she-
sitting in first class. Like,
Yeah,
and-
exactly.
yeah,
You
like-
knew it was somebody.
You can,
kids.
but that's even too young. Like, cause you can. I forgot. You can have them like usher you on. I've been on a flight as a kid, but they was like 4 and like 4 or 5, maybe 2. They were like some little kids. But I kind of when I saw the picture, cause the like somebody else was on there, but it was like somebody else in the family kind of posted a different angle. I'm like, they are just two kind of kids just laying next to me. I would be pissed off. I can't lie. I'd be pissed off. I think you need to be paying more of your kids on there. Sorry. If you have crybaby
That's
ass
true.
kids, I feel like you need $100 then I'll shut up.
That's true.
I just want to know I want to know you have to suffer a little more for bringing your kid.
crybaby fee.
But how do we
Something?
know
Or
they
age
was?
fee.
How do we know they wasn't crying because they thought it was a monster sitting behind
Well,
them the
Yeah,
whole
like,
time?
like
I'm gonna be honest. some
she
people,
over here smell like bacon grease.
people
and shit.
did say
Kids
she
get
stank.
hungry and
It'd be
shit.
crazy when you do something to piss people
Yeah.
off because all of a sudden you like, yeah, I did a show with her in Alabama and she stinks. So I was like, you just get exposed all of a sudden. Like it's weird. Like Twitter
well,
is
she
very
said
sad.
when
She
they was
gotta
calling
get
her
under them
sank.
rolls, man. That's a shame. You can't be big and not washing under the rolls.
Well, I was looking at her
Grease
Twitter.
splatters.
I was looking at her Twitter, and she was like, "Well, the only reason you guys are saying I stink is because you guys associate fat with stink, and it's you
Well,
guys
we
are
do.
being
We do.
and you guys are being color." She said colorism and fat phobia all put together in one, and all of a sudden,
No, bitch, it's stank
bitch,
phobia.
so-
We
Now,
scared of
Bitch
stinking
start
people.
using all them little lines and shit. Stank. I got stank phobia. Okay, I got whatever that Outcast album was. Okay, I got stankonia.
Right.
Okay,
Stank, oh yeah,
get
that,
the
that
fuck
shit
out of
stank,
here.
oh yeah, bitch.
We don't want
tryna-
that shit. Okay,
Trying to get away from you, bitch.
Bitch coming here
Damn.
smelling like basement and old barbecue sauce and got the nerve to want to talk shit. We ain't got time for that shit, you big worm looking bitch. Don't ever talk about a kid.
Damn, you down? Are you damn? You sound like you T.I. nephew or something. You passionate.
If I get some grand hustle donations, so be it. But at the end of the day, man, I just hate because you gotta think about it. We all laughing, but if that was your nephew, if that was my or something, we would have been ready to choke this bitch. So I understand it because I've been on a plane where there was a kid and I've been annoyed as fuck. I've been in the group chat talking plenty insensitive shit. I get her point, but I have to put myself in a position of if it was my kid, and when I put myself in that position, it gives me the reaction I just gave her. Fuck her. Because if you would have talked about my kid like that, I would have been dragging your ass. I would have had a bit every day. I would have had a new little TikTok every day on that ass. We would just been going. Because
Wait,
she
T.I.
looked like
got a
too many niggas.
T.I. got a 4-year-old though.
No, grandkids.
Oh, the grandkids.
It was his daughter, like, or maybe
Exactly.
Tiny's daughter. It was one of them. It was one of their kids.
So I'm never finna let no bruh man 5th floor with a wig looking bitch try to shit on my kids and not let her slide. Bitch, you gonna take a sandwich and get back
But
in
what
the
if
window?
your kids is acting a fool for 10 hours?
I don't give a
I
fuck.
gotta
I don't care if they flipping in the middle of the shit. Where you sit there, I'm gonna snatch them up. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. But see, that's the difference also though. Parents do have to be responsible for that shit. Yeah. I'm more mad at the parents. I don't take it out at the kids.
No, yeah, I understand.
So when I see kids acting a fool, I'm giving that eye to the parents. Like that's another thing that angers me is if there was a handler or somebody there, if you had a problem, you should have been giving them the energy, not the kids. Kids are gonna
It's
kid.
easier to be passive aggressive for sure. People not really with the. You see people snapping, but most people is not gonna come at you.
Nothing
directly.
about her mighty Joe
I can't
young
lie,
ass
sorry.
is passive
This reminds
aggressive.
like this bar I go to. They bring in dogs. Sometimes people have big ass wolf dogs in this bar, and there's like another dog, and they almost attack them. Like I just seen a video of a pit bull, but I'm just like, Why do you have your animal out here knowing damn well it's too wild? Because now with this
I
dog
better keep
shit.
them little ass dogs at home, man.
No, keep your big ass dog at home. I don't want to see,
train 'em.
bro. I be there looking at the art, drinking my little buddy, editing shit, and it be a big ass wolf dog like begging for like some of the like sausage off my shit. I'm like, who fucking cool, but it's big as shit. Be Beethoven, Saint Bernard, big ass dogs barking loud, chasing people, and I'm like, bro, there's a dog park down the street. Go outside. Who wants this big? But you know your dog is a little rambunctious. So it's same with the kids. Like I say, Chika, she went too far, but I'm not letting off parents with bad kids. I don't even think
Oh, my
tiny
bad.
kids
When you
was
said
bad.
dogs wearing bucks, I thought we were still talking about Chica.
So you saying she a big bitch then? That's what you saying. She a big bitch.
Big back bitch.
Yeah.
Shout out to the bitches out there that's unbigging those backs, though. We got to give credit.
Yeah,
We
shout
said
out to
we didn't get
y'all.
too much energy to Chica. I got to give some energy
They're
to
nice,
the little back
I kind of feel
bitches.
bad because there's nice big back women. I don't think they should cut so many strays because of one.
Yeah,
one
no, you know,
representative.
but it's the shape of the back. I think
That's
some,
true.
there's big
Listen,
back. Big back
when you
ain't
got a
always bad back.
When you got a back in the front, then it's like you doing something wrong, baby. Like yo,
genetics.
But big
No.
back ain't always
No.
bad back. Because I tell you, like a cute big back girl would be like the dark skinned girl off of Orange Is the New Black. What's her name?
Oh, Danielle Brooks.
The
Tasty.
dark skinned one.
Tasty.
I could taste it. Yeah, taste
Danielle
it. She's a
Brooks.
cute big backer. Jill Scott got a big back.
That's kind of wrong.
Nah,
They don't got big
it's a
back.
lot
Jill
of
Scott
nice
got a big
backs out
back.
here.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
It's
nice
a
big
cute
backs
little
out
big
here.
back.
Yeah.
Cute big back.
You know, it's couple good. So
Little-
we're not
little
saying that
big back. Yeah.
some women can carry their big back. I think you know what it is some women have little torsos and big backs. So that's where we have issues with it.
Yeah.
Because your body's really
or,
meant
or
for
they
a
got
little
big
back.
backs with no ass. Like
Yeah,
how
the-
your
The
back
ones that was
big
skinny for a long time,
and
then they
then
got
your
back
shit just-
big.
In the back,
Damn.
yeah,
Your
exactly.
shit look like a funnel. Like you got a funnel booty. Like your
Shaped
shit
like the
wide, but
Tasmanian
then
devil.
skinny
Let me
at
tell
the
you something,
bottom.
lady.
Crazy.
Men like proportions. All of this big booty, ant booty, all that shit. All that shit is illusionary shit. When it comes down to the real life shit, men like proportions. So if you're a small Coil Ray little girl, do your Coil Ray thing. If you're a big Monique, do your Monique thing. But once you get a little leg and then you up there looking like a sumo wrestler on the top, that's when there's some issues. So when we talk about unbigging the backs, we're not just talking about the big backers that got the big bottoms to match it.
The big payback.
You know, we're talking about the ones who just got the big back, look like they got on football shoulder pads, but then you got those little, Sonic legs.
Yeah, and
So-
ladies with the good big backs, that's thick. Stop trying to defend the other big backs. Like y'all not the same.
It's a
Like,
big back.
Right, you like to bite back. You be biting backs, don't you? You might be biting them backs. Let me bite your back, baby. Biting them back, boy. Like I said, shout out to the big backers and said we have everyone except Chika, wide sloppy back ass. So another person we got to talk about though, I want to bring it up since we talking about big back sloppy fat bitches. One thing they always do love is cake and food and all that type of stuff. So let's talk about something on a lighter note. Let's talk about some cake. Let's talk about parties. Let's talk about some children stuff on a lighter note that did take a turn, but much lighter note. There was a situation y'all brought to me about a cake mom. And basically what happened in this situation, just imagine you got kids playing at a park and there's a birthday party that's going on in the park. So some new kids come along, and you know how kids are. They don't give a damn if you're in the party or not. Kids are going to play with everybody in the park. That's one thing I love about the purity of watching kids play. They don't give a fuck about a lot of shit. It's the purest form of play is when you're a kid. It's all about fun when you're that young. So they all grouping up. They playing. They having a great time. The kids come in out of nowhere. They playing. So now the original kids that were at the park, they start going towards the party to start preparing for the singing happy birthday and the cake and ice cream. So the new kids start walking up singing happy birthday, and all the kids is welcome and wanting to bring them in because that's what kids do. And as the cake and ice cream begins to be handed out, the mom is in the car, and she can sense that one of her new kids, she's the mom of one of the new kids that came and it wasn't a part of the party. She can sense that her daughter, and at least this is what she says, we don't know if it's true, she senses that her daughter is about to go reach for some cake. So she comes out, and as she's about to ask if it's okay, since they're not in the party, she claims that the mom takes the cake away from her girl, gets down and eye level on knee and says, "You can't have any cake and you're not a part of the party," and walks off. So
Oh man, that's
the
hilarious.
mom of the baby that was not in the party then goes back to her car and makes a TikTok about this whole situation, and now we're talking about it today. And she even asked at the beginning of the TikTok, "Am I entitled?" So let's talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. Where are you guys on this whole situation? Is there any details I may have left out that you guys want to add to it? But where are you guys with this whole situation? Because are you guys leaning towards entitlement, or could they just get little kids some ice cream and cake? You know, what would y'all have done?
I wouldn't. I want to check the kid, but to answer your question, it is entitlement. If the story is true, obviously, you know, it was made to pit everybody against the cake mom. Because what I see the trend is, if you hurry up and get out in front of the story really fast, because you do that with TikTok. That's an old news trick, but you can do that with TikTok. You can, and I'm always like, what are you leaving out? Because sometimes the other parent will come out and make a TikTok, and you're like, okay, it didn't come out. So I just thinking, one, okay, you letting your kid play, but you clearly saw there was a party. Was she really actually gonna go introduce herself? Hey, she said her daughter, hey, this is my daughter MK. Do you mind if she plays with y'all? Because maybe the parents will say, yeah, they can play, but just let you know, we don't have enough food and cake. So I think that would have squashed it. Maybe we come from old school where even at when it comes to like the party, the moms may introduce you. Hey, come on, we got something for y'all. Or you just play. Hey, let them have a good time and go. I automatically says entitlement because I'm thinking white privilege. Well, my daughter can get cake. She's part. That's how I thought, and her voice was annoying.
Is this a white mom?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Her voice.
It.
Yeah.
Because one thing about white people, they don't overbuy shit. If it's 12 kids coming to that party, it's gonna be 12 cupcakes. It's gonna
So
be
you
a
saying only
cake
niggas
to
have that?
feed.
Because we always have
Only
extra shit.
niggas
Over.
Niggas, we
have
end up
extra
wasting shit.
We end up wasting shit. We make sure we have enough shit so people can
But
take
see,
shit home.
But niggas, I'm gonna tell you how if that was with black parents, what we would have did, black parents would have walked up to snatch their kid, like, come on, you know y'all ain't in the party. But we would have did it knowing that, just to give that other parent a heads up, like, hey, just to let you know, I know my kids aren't a part of it, so no entitlement here. And we would have gave the other parent opportunity to be like, oh no, it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, they can stay. Let them have some.
The old nigga sympathy
or-
trick.
niggas.
Or they would have just not said nothing and let you snatch your kid up. But we wouldn't have put that onus on the people that's already there having a party. We would have took it upon ourselves to make that decision and then give them the option to give our kid the cake or not. You know, once you kind of force, you know, I'm not saying the kids force themselves in there, but once the kids are already playing and already integrated and no parents are saying nothing to nobody, now the situation just gets more awkward as time goes because the grown-ups aren't communicating. Man, if I see my kid talking to any other kid, one of the first things I do is I go up to the adults or whatever. I'm like, how you doing? You know, I at least say hi, or at least say something.
Yeah.
Establish something, you know, because
I seen the replies. I seen a lot of my kids getting cake. I would have told that whole party up, and I'm like, that's just like
See, bums.
Well,
I
these are-
I was just gonna say that, like, it sounds like a lot of bum activity. This bitch going to the park every day, party with her kids.
kind of like she's scouting
Trying
out
to-
parties.
yeah,
Like
trying to
she
get free
ducked
cake,
off.
free
these
party,
are probably the
free
same
food.
people who want $15 to
that.
work at McDonald's. Like these
Fuck
people,
that.
it's a handout generation. Like,
But what if
that.
she's right about the mom getting down eye level? She said she like snatched the play. I'm like, come on now, you would have damn near
now
had to check her then.
now that's checkable. Now, no, don't get eye level. Now that's where you're crossing the line with that eye level shit. Okay? Don't be getting down
They
low
gonna
and
get out eye
talking shit.
level, snatching her up high. What if they snatch her up high? Like, give me
'Cause I
that
would've-
cake, little nigga.
That's
Cake
a
flying
little-
everywhere and shit.
That's a little less disrespectful.
Cause if I come over there and knee muff you in the shoulder, now I'm wrong. You know that but you're eye level though. So I don't got
See,
time
at
for
the
all
end
that
of the
shit.
day,
And then how she snatch it though? What was the velocity of the
Yeah.
snatch? What was the power level of the snatch?
I think the
Yeah.
TikTok mom was over exaggerating. I don't think nothing was snatched. She said that the lady said something extra to her, like, listen here, little bastard, you ain't invited to the party. I'm
Oh,
like,
she did say
nah.
something like, "These aren't your friends." It
Like,
was
these
something
ain't your-
dramatic.
yeah,
It was
like,
something
yeah.
damn.
like
These aren't your friends.
like she said the cake mom to like, "These aren't your friends," and like I'm like, oh, I don't like I said that's out of line. I'm like the way. Because I feel like some of these are so performative. They take a deep breath and let me do it. I'm like, y'all didn't study the TikTok. It'd be hard for me to believe because it ain't.
I don't believe shit.
It don't be under duress like I think it would. And I'm like, if somebody snatched something, that you're not gonna just make a TikTok about
And
it.
part of it is they wanna vent their frustration, but they want to make sure they frame it in a way where they're gonna get that support.
Well,
from people.
she was smart because she did like you said, opening line was, okay, tell me if I'm being entitled or not. That was a smart way to
You
cut
are.
it.
She already knew she
When
was.
somebody
yeah.
says something like that, the answer is yes, you are. Like,
But then
come
you
on,
throw in the sauce. She went on her knees, sucker punched a kid, gave him a wedgie. It's like, okay, too much sauce, too much A1 sauce. The steak is fine. Let's go.
Your boy Zion was giving Mariah Mills some wedgies as well.
And a lot of sauce, shit,
and a whole lot of
Spit in
sauce.
the mouth, everything.
Shout out Zion Williams is doing windmill dunks on that ass, but I ain't seen him on the court since shit. I can't remember the last time. Not this year at all. But you know he's been making headlines.
he's slamming something still though.
Yeah, he been making headlines because he just came out. He had a gender reveal, I believe, with his significant other and all this other. And
They
another
say
thing,
she Boosie ex.
people. I mean, let's make
You have a
being
Boosie ex, then you down bad.
being boyfriend and
trapped.
girlfriend or husband and wife
Trapped.
great again. What
Yeah.
make being simply I'm single. We in a relationship
Yeah, DC Young
or a
Fly.
husband because all this significant other bullshit is weird as fuck. Because when shit happens, all that my significant other. That shit, nobody got time to be saying all that shit. Is that your man or not? So, shout out. But recently we got another situation
on my
where,
roster.
yeah, or just keep it real with us. It's 2023. My top bitch.
Yeah.
My main thing. I'd rather say his main thing than his significant other.
mean,
that
it's
just
baby
sounds
mom.
so
I
generic.
mean,
and
it
trash.
sounds like it was just an accident, baby, and niggas is young, 22.
He
Because he's
slipped
private.
up.
So
No, Zion got he part of a bigger problem. He was raised up in it. They say he didn't even shout out his stepdad when he got drafted. Nah, he out here doing the same shit his stepdad was doing. She making poor decisions.
stepdad
Out
was
here
making
hitting-
$100 million though. He
Swinging
can make a little more
everything.
poor decisions when you got it.
Money
Shit.
and hoes.
It's
Yeah,
worse.
that's
It's
how it
worse.
go.
It's like they
He's
just giving
sloppy,
out
too.
money. Shit, like it's just like shit. He got her, then he got another chick exposing him, and then it's a third one that came. I'm like, damn, Zion.
He
But
getting
see,
loose.
Give him to sign some
Mariah fucked
NDA shit.
Mariah, she basically broke one of the commandments, okay? Thou shalt not tell. Showing receipts and shit.
That's what
She
women
was
do when
showing
they
text
hurt.
messages.
That's what women do when they
Bitch, you
hurt.
could have still been getting your hush money.
But hey, I will say this though, and not
She
the
wanted the
defender
ring.
because she's one. Mariah Mills is a very trash at porn. Yeah, she's trash. She only does white meat, so we don't want to see that anyway. But her streams on her porn went up like 300% since this
I
whole
mean, she ain't
thing.
getting no money off
So
that.
it's like
That's
free
the
pro.
only
I don't know what her. Yeah, I don't know what her revenue split is.
How many percent was
Her
your
OnlyFans is through the roof too. Her OnlyFans has went through the roof too.
She
through
looks-
this whole
she
thing.
looks scary.
She
to
was
me.
getting $100 and some
trash.
$1,000 allowance a month, bitch.
Yeah.
That's good money.
I'm not buying it.
Honey.
Nah, man, Zion, you come on now. Like you too rich to be
I'm
doing this,
sorry.
man.
I'm
Like,
finna
I'm
delete
giving
the
him a break. He a
tweets.
young. It's been worse. He a young country nigga.
Somebody hacked my account.
Because there's a great little interview with his teammates. He's like, "What's your favorite city?" He's like, "I like Dallas," and he just chuckled. "Why you like Dallas?" He was like, he just laughed, and I'm like, everybody was like, "Yeah, he probably got some crazy joints down there." And
the
it's just,
thickest hoes
see,
probably.
and really, the real problem we're not the two problems we're not talking about is one, that nigga missed an extensive amount of time. So she's doing the little timeline. I'm like, you was down there beating her cakes now while your team was struggling in the player. And then CJ McCollum his teammate kind of insinuated like he was good, but he just wasn't mentally prepared and out of shape. And I'm like, well, you flying in pornstar bitches, busting your back down. But her shit was so funny. I helped you lose weight, help you get in shape. Like she's probably
Man,
still
that
going
nigga,
when this came
that
out.
nigga
She
a
do be
sucker,
plenty in
man.
the gym.
He a sucker, man.
I do remember him saying because they was trying to figure out why he couldn't. Well, was he okay to come back? He was like, I just don't feel like myself. Once I feel like myself, that nigga couldn't get out the
too many
pussy.
nuts, man.
Yeah, that nigga was sitting
Tired.
there nut deficiency. He was spraining his ankle in the pussy.
Drinking
Like,
cold
She
red.
said you got a sex problem.
I'm pretty sure. I
He's
mean,
22.
first of all-
Yeah, I'm saying,
when you
Yeah,
don't
I'm
get
about
no
to say,
pussy your whole
there's no
life,
such
now you
thing
gotta
as a
think he's
22-year-old.
I
porn
think
star.
he's
Anybody
getting
have a
pussy.
sex-
I think he's getting pussy. I think you're 22 now. You have access to anybody. You can fly him out. He's in New Orleans, eating the gumbo, seeing thick bitches with the greatest accent walk by. You're flying all these porn like
That nigga won't get no pussy.
Even a little. He went to Duke. and he was a
Come
top
on now,
player.
Ryan.
Stop it, Ryan.
Stop it.
You're trying to make him too corny. Like he was. It probably was white. It probably was white chicks. He had to see the thing is.
It had to be white chicks because they
It
finna milk his ass.
they
tripping.
was exposing him in college like white girls face like he was funny.
it's adding up like something ain't adding up to
For
how
the
he
rec-
getting
I need to
played
make
like
I need to make a Ronnie compilation of niggas you think aren't getting pussy. Like, cause you got at least
you
like
could
10
tell,
niggas.
bro. You could tell by like
That nigga ain't
how
get no
niggas
pussy.
get
I just need to
played,
make a
like,
compilation of
he
it.
getting played by these old bitches,
I
getting them
think
pregnant and shit. Like
I
he's
think a
stupid.
6'6" nigga. And,
That was
buff-
smart.
yeah.
He did like what's it, Lonzo Ball, one of them.
Oh well, LaMelo. See, his
LaMelo got
his
caught
girl,
up too?
No, his girl like 35. See, that's the thing we're not talking about too.
Who got a baby with Nicki Baby now?
What?
Who's Nicki baby?
Oh, I don't.
Was it the Ball brother?
Oh, maybe Lonzo
Yeah.
Ball. Oh, the
Yeah,
older
because
one.
Nicki Baby is 35. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like
I don't know,
these
though.
old chicks is catching these young niggas, and these young
Yeah.
niggas is
Why aren't we
goofy.
talking about that? See, we always talk about the grooming and 35-year-old dude, 22. Why
Because
aren't we
these
talking
young
about?
chicks is hoes. They gotta get a bitch that settled down
like
now.
remember Brittany Renner was with PJ Washington, and
Right.
I was following him since he was in high school. We're not talking about because I always say,
Shit,
Women-
Shaq just took her to a date the other day.
yeah, but they're grown now. You know, Shaq is a simp. He was in
Brittany
a
Renner,
Home
Shaq,
Depot
I don't
girl
know.
DM. But
I
my
don't
point
know,
is,
Britt.
we are because I'm not over it. We need to have a conversation how women be grooming young niggas and young women. They get to go off scotch free, but a nigga like Leonardo DiCaprio, one a young 20-year-old, he's a creep. Scott Disick a creep.
How old is Mariah Mills?
Like
Anybody-
32.
Yeah, she is. And
Yeah,
once
And the
again,
chick he got pregnant like 29. She's just an Instagram chick. Like, and I'm not saying nothing wrong, but I'm like, it's just funny. Go, sis, get your coin, get your bag. But if a
She
nigga
with him
get you
too,
some young
because
pussy,
she knows she
I don't
can
want no washed up
manipulate
bitch.
him.
Oh, you a pedophile. Get him out of here. I'm like,
saying these
damn.
hoes,
That's
Yeah.
one
So
thing,
they
though. Them
figure
young
they get
niggas
it.
be obsessed, so she just manipulating his ass. Who the fuck is getting $100K a month
to go
from
and-
a 22-year-old?
Right.
Bitch,
And to go to Ronnie point, to go to Ronnie point, Zion might not have been getting top tier pussy like we
couldn't
think.
have.
He getting put.
Nah, nigga, don't
No,
add
no, hold
top
on.
tier. He said he was not getting pussy.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
White
Okay.
pussy don't
I
count
added
as
the
getting
top
pussy.
tier.
Okay.
But I added the
Body-
top tier. I added
Pussy
the top tier.
visible.
The
That's
reason why I
invisible
say that
pussy.
is because
unseasoned pussy.
the reason why I say that is
get
because
wet
if
and
you
you busted
ever
it's pussy. I don't know to you maybe.
if you ever watch Mariah
wet
Mills
enough.
porn, she's she's stiff as a board. She's absolutely terrible, has no positions. So I'm thinking to myself, if he's busting in that's an easy no bust. And her shit look weird and all not in proportion. That's an easy no bust.
I'ma have to
If
see.
you're used, if
Now,
you
this
get
bitch
pussy,
weak too,
if
it
you get
just
pussy,
solidifies the case
No,
even more.
she looks scary to me.
yeah, she
Damn.
look, and yeah, she
I
looks
don't
like
know.
a zombie. I don't know.
I don't even know what she
His
look
His
like.
baby
I gotta
mama,
see what she
his
look
baby
like.
mama got like plastic surgery, but she looked like a normal, cute hood chick. Like the
Yeah,
Mariah
she
Mills,
not
she
ugly.
looks scary.
You can
know?
see,
Yeah,
you
she
look
do.
at the baby mom and be like, okay, I can see how you busting it. But Mariah Mills, that's an easy no bust. You pull it out, but that's an easy no bust. Like I don't,
She got some type of
unless
trick
you're
up her
not
sleeve.
used to
Yeah.
getting pussy. So, Ryan, I can give you a half a point for that one. Not a full no pussy point, but
But didn't you say Mariah Mills? Didn't you say she was getting smashed by white dudes?
yeah,
It
that's why I'm saying.
solidifies the point. He
That's
was
why I'm
fucking
giving
white
you the
bitches.
half a point.
Now
But
he
you said
fucking
no
with
pussy though.
A
That's
white
just-
meat
come on.
bitch. Like it's just,
But his baby mama black though. See the
his baby mama trying to come up.
Oh,
See,
now that's
okay,
the man. Now
she
we
got
going.
She trying to. Well, she came up.
See,
She
the-
used
the-
those
the
Kegel
roller
muscles,
coaster
came up.
The
ladies.
roller coaster was like
Squeeze
the,
it
the
right
re-
out of them.
the reveal was, damn, I'm wrong. Zion not a milkman. Everybody thought Zion like white girls. Like I said, Duke, he got exposed. Girls on the campus was fucking with him, FaceTiming that. So everybody was like, you slipping. So everybody was already geeked, like, oh my God. And then it was like, wait a minute. We recognize this girl from Queen's Flip. She was just fighting with her titties out. So then it went from, I'm proud of this nigga, oh, you fucked up. And then right when he was at the bottom, Mariah Mills came in blindside. So now it's just like, okay, nigga, you fuck. Now it's back to, okay, nigga, you better be all NBA this team. Because this is getting a little too creepy. So it was a funny, quick 180. And it was just like, oh, he got a black girl pregnant. Oh, she's a bopper. Oh, he's like, he has a sex problem. Jesus, like, this guy needs help. I think everybody was on the, like, how we were, niggas, our age was like, we're disappointed how not player you are. Really, that was like, you're
That
not
is
player. Your side girls just like, melt down, like to the point they're like, okay, bitch, wrap it up. You're annoying, but
It's just
Not a
weird
good
that
look.
basketball players, they getting more money than they was when we was growing up watching basketball, but they're way like corny. Like I could the Steve Francises and the T-Macs and VCs, they weren't corny.
Can I tell you why? There's less hood niggas, real niggas, smooth niggas. Now a lot of these dudes are suburban. Y'all done been shipped out to camp. Like you see niggas like Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole's a real Milwaukee nigga, but he was been in private schools. So now you kind of see him wild. Now when the girls come around, I'm not saying he's corny, but we don't have like the real niggas like Allen Iverson who just ooze that culture. You're seeing a lot more mixed niggas who grew up in gated communities, who moved out. So you're just seeing they're less player. Even LeVar Ball told them niggas, hey, the only person you can find is a hoe. Then Lonzo married, wife the hoe. And now you see LaMelo, like I said, I think the girl he dating is like 34. This Anna Montana chick. I don't know her, but he was like, oh, that's when I started seeing it. And I'm like, damn, LeVar was fucking right. So
I mean, once you get to a certain point, this is like if she wasn't there with you from the jump, then that's kind of the sad part about it. Like, you got
his high school sweetheart.
So you saying Lil Durk should stay with his baby mama?
He be crying like he want to be with her.
I thought he got back with her. I seen pictures of them together.
And he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, like just the money shit. Come on.
I don't know about the other ones. The other ones ain't going nowhere either.
On some more random shit,
all the money there, they ain't going nowhere.
On some more random shit though, Travis Rudolph situation. I wasn't as well versed on that situation. Colin, what exactly happened? Former NFL player.
NFL player. He was really good. Basically, he got into a fight with his girlfriend who caught him cheating. Who we later found out that she's married, whether estranged or not. So that was a weird wrinkle. But she basically went in his phone, saw him cheating. Ring camera showed that she attacked him. He kind of defended himself. A lot of blocks. Finally, a little push, and she has some heavy hands. She's a nice, she got a nice side.
She
got a big back then.
Yes,
big
yeah,
back.
Yes to both questions.
Is this a Chika level?
Nah, she's a little more hittable, but she got the wide bulldog nose. Like she like fighting, but she was hitting on him. Travis Rudolph is not big. He was like a speedy receiver. So he basically, got in the house. The brother kind of broke it up. They fought. She does what a lot of people do. Text her brother, you got to come take care of this. Damn near like really was like, I don't remember the text message say kill. They might have, but it was, she's like, you got to get him. He pulled up. You see on the ring camera, hey, Travis, come outside. It's like some warrior shit. Real scary. Travis, come outside. Through the ring camera. He come outside. They get into a scuffle. His brother come out. They fight. He say one of them showed a handgun, so they run into the crib. They come out with choppers, skipping like it's Mary Poppins. They ready to shoot. The guys get into the car. That's when he said he saw somebody reaching for a gun. Him and his brother shot. He let off 44 shots. One of the people in the car died. One of them was shot. I think maybe her brother was shot. Wow. He actually ended up getting arrested. He was on house arrest. The trial went on, and he actually was found not guilty.
Somebody died though.
No,
right?
Somebody got killed.
Which one got killed? One of the brothers.
One of the brother's friends. I don't think it was the brother, but it was the brother's friend.
So to recap, you got Travis Rudolph, former NFL player, got caught cheating by his married girlfriend. She gets mad, calls her brothers. Brothers come with friend and strap. Rudolph then goes outside, starts fighting with brothers. Brothers show strap. Rudolph runs into the crib, grabs his strap. Scuffle ends again. They get in the car. Rudolph puts choppers up, sees the strap and shoots up everything. One of her brothers gets killed.
Pretty much.
Swiss cheese.
You said like you repeated it like that was like a chat GPT entry. Like that was very.
That
was a great synopsis.
I was going for that.
Okay.
So he basically brothers fuck around and found out. Yeah. This is why you just can't be blindly caping. Like everybody want to put on a blind Russell Wilson cape. Okay, you got to be able to see to play quarterback. You can't blind your eyes. You got to see what's going on. And this is a situation where a lot of guys get killed or fucked up at because they sister, they don't. I think the only person that I wouldn't mind you can blindly go for some shit like that is your mom, because your mom is the only person that would never call you and put you in harm's way.
Ask John Morant shit.
It's a lot of mamas out here that's putting their sons in danger too.
True,
bro.
More than ever.
A lot of moms doing that shit. Bro.
I guess I'm just talking.
But yeah, we have like decent moms that wouldn't. But
right,
there's a
exactly.
lot of
I'm looking at that one short sighted, but Basically, it's a lot of situations where motherfuckers get sent off and you end up going into a dummy mission and you end up a pack like the dude that Jeezy sent to go kill Gucci. This is the same type of situation. You got sent on a dummy mission. And I don't feel bad at all.
Just like we say with bad sexual assault charges or false sexual assault charges, I should say, I think that lady should get some time. You got somebody killed.
She should definitely get some time.
If we go do a robbery and Eric, you get killed, I get a murder charge. I feel like the fact that you called, sent somebody else got killed, like the send off law. I think she gets at least get 10 years minimum. Right. Seriously. Then she was crying. She was lying in the court. I see she was straight dead lying. I'm like, do we not do perjury? Like, what is going on? So I like he celebrated. And the one thing I would say I don't like, I'm talking a lot, is on Twitter, you know, he did his nigga shit, which I can see Eric doing. A lot of little Dirk on the way home with a bottle. He's playing plenty random little Dirk songs. I loved it. People was like, be humble. Just go home. I'm like, bro, this bitch somebody kill me. What was the No Auto Dirk? He played that shit with the IG. I said, oh,
they better hope I never in my life have to catch a deserved body. Y'all's gonna hate me, bro. The level of Dirk that was gonna be played.
Don't tell me how to celebrate when somebody tried to take me out. I'm sorry. Don't tell me how to celebrate. Dirk.
Yeah.
I'm damn near putting his name on the swisher.
My Spotify,
fuck him. Yeah.
My Spotify top 100 would be all Dirk.
He was on house arrest for a while. Like he really had to, it wasn't like it was no sweet. He really had to.
And he still got some playing time left if another team willing to pick him up.
If possible, if possible.
Yeah,
I'm TikToking
his career
on the
got
grave.
taken away from him from this shit.
Unfortunately, sorry. So. I don't feel sorry. I mean, don't get me wrong. I always talk about how I feel like today people, we are desensitized. We all are desensitized when it comes to death. However, I never judge a person for how they react. If somebody attempts to take their life, they don't. Then how that person who survived reacts, I never judge a person for that. Because best believe you try to take me out and I take you out, I'm talking shit.
Well, yeah, we saw what happened to that BTB Savage nigga. He did interviews, pictures. Yep. He was talking shit though. Them pussy niggas ain't gonna come back like that. They came back. 3 states, 3 cities away.
Ignorance and pride is like cancer. It's just as deadly as cancer.
Yeah,
that pride,
especially
shit,
amongst the black community.
Yeah, that pride shit. Because on a serious note, just going with the pride. Almost every we've all had rappers. We've all had rappers. We've all had rappers we fuck with hard that got killed. All of us. And those of you listening, watching, we've all had artists gone. But it's always eerie, especially when you're talking about the rappers and the drill rappers. There's always an interview or something before they die where they talk, I ain't scared of nobody. Or nobody go before they get locked up or killed. I ain't worried about that. I can snitch. And what was Thug say? I can sense a snitch. Wow. I can smell a snitch. Well, you must have had allergies that week, bro.
Snitch at the interview and shit with him and
shit. Snitch right was there with you. Like, I ain't worried about nothing. I remember they telling Von, well, what are you going to do if somebody actually try to come up on you and come up and try to do something to you? And Von was like perplexed. Like the thought of somebody actually attempting to do something to him was laughing. Like he was like, really? Do what? Like, I remember they telling Dolph, like, why do you still security? Why are you still walking around no security? Like, don't you realize that he looking like, what the fuck? Do you know who I am? Like, they get so caught up in their own shit. And now they're no longer here with us. So fuck that pride shit, man. I don't want to see no more of the real niggas, especially because ain't none of the bitch niggas dying. When the last time a bitch nigga died?
Because they got security and they not in the hood. They're not trying to prove that they gangster.
We have a hella security. That's true.
You don't see the bitch niggas on the block. You don't see them niggas.
Last bitch nigga died was Carolyn Bryant, the motherfucker who lied on Emmett Till. Fuck her and roll her up once again.
That took a long time.
Okay. Yeah, and also, you know, we still got that Ashley Babbitt in the rotation. We ain't forgot about you, bitch. Still got that Ashley Babbitt in the rotation.
That's why I went back to go, like, listening to Currency. I just want some smooth shit, Larry June. Like, niggas, like, you do see, like, vlogs in the city, like, everybody really loved him. And it's just like, I'm good. Last little nigga I like was K-Flock. And I'm like, you just killed the nigga on camera. Then got Rico charged. I like Chef D. All these, they getting Rico charged. And I'm like, I need to start listening. Every time one of my niggas die or get locked up, my rapper niggas I like, I'm like, I need to start listening to gospel. I started listening to a lot more. I be listening to alternative, arcade, fire, all type of shit.
People who
I was listening to Florence and the Machine doing some work. I'm like, damn, this just feel good. This bitch singing. I'm tired of all this drill shit.
But
like,
this
that's
drill
what I've been
shit
on
is
the last
so
week. Shit, walking through here, I was listening to some alternative shit. I don't know what it is. I found it on Spotify.
Good. Shoulders moving. I'm tired of all this glock glock boom, glock glock boom.
How long is it gonna be before we reach the moment where we start witnessing gospel drill?
It's gonna come soon.
Drilling for Jesus.
I've been seeing
That'd be
it.
kinda
I've
cold,
been
though.
seeing it on Facebook on the shorts. Reformed gangsters. You know what I mean? They was doing gangster shit.
Motherfuckers
But
with
now
no
they-
shirts on in a
Yeah,
little room with
yeah.
Bibles in their hands and shit.
No, this dude, he literally had guns and Bibles in the same video. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Hey, I mean, it could work if done, because you know who could have did that, who was really already doing it, but it wasn't a label? DMX.
Yeah.
DMX was already on that drill Christian shit, because like I said, motherfuckers going to DMX concerts down there getting the Holy Ghost.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's another reason why I didn't really respect.
Bone Thugs was too like
Exactly,
they
yeah,
were like
that's
a real
another
gospel
good-
band. I didn't really know that.
That's another reason
Cracks
why I
over there,
didn't
Bone
respect,
Thugs,
not to
too.
go on a too much of a tangent, but I didn't respect the Ye Donda album because I felt like it was like a joke. I'm a
Thank you.
person that really grew up on real gospel
Thank you.
music. I felt like it was a joke, and I felt like he could have really did like some real effort into a real gospel album, because
Facts.
even Snoop Dogg dropped a real
Snoop Dogg gospel album was hard.
So I mean, what he did, it
Y'all
wasn't
just
like
stop
a-
it.
No,
Y'all
bro.
niggas was not bumping that.
Nah.
ever.
No, I'm
Snoop
not
Dogg-
saying we definitely
Snoop
not
Dogg-
bumping it.
Oh, he just said it was fire.
No, it wasn't.
Wait, who said-
Snoop
wait.
Dogg last 3 or 4 albums was nice. Nice.
Okay, I was-
I've been in the car with this nigga. I'm gonna put the Snoop Dogg gospel shit on. You like,
Y'all don't know what I
stop it.
listen to when I'm riding by myself.
I never heard you.
I think you're confusing it with the reggae album, because the reggae album was kind of
The
fire.
reggae album
like-
was
he
cold
said
too.
I ain't hear I ain't gonna lie, I never listened to the gospel. All I'm
The
saying is,
gospel album was surprisingly good.
Is
It
it
was
under
some
death
good
row?
music.
I might have to give it a try now that Ronnie endorsing it like this. I
surprisingly
might have to
good.
try it.
When we get done, we can smoke a blunt and listen to the Snoop
Right.
Dogg gospel album.
All right.
He be like, we fall down for shizzle. Like, what the fuck? But we for shizzle
Shizzle
up.
my nizzle.
I don't, like I said, I just say, when it comes to certain shit, I just like authenticity. Authenticity. Can't even talk right now. Chop. Edibles, fantastic. But I just like that type of stuff because I feel like everything is so artificial and for clicks and for likes. And a lot of the times, people don't understand, like, a lot of times we gravitate. It ain't that a lot of people are obsessed with the celebrities and all that shit, or even the influencers, the people online. I think we've just got to the point where we thirst and we like authentic people. So when authentic people go viral, or when authentic people make music or do shit, we gravitate to them because everybody's so fucking
Well,
fake
authentic people, yes, but there's a lot of people who see the authentic people start it, and then there's always a wave of people who I can get
now.
money like
Like
that.
all these fake ass Kevin Samuels
Oh, it's
now.
crazy, yeah.
Every time I look up, there's a fake ass nigga with a turtleneck on trying to tell women their value and shit
bitches,
now.
I'm like,
It's
dog,
disgusting. Like,
man.
first off,
Yeah, Derek Jackson's one of them.
first thing I'm doing when I become
thought you was a
president
Derek
is
Jackson
banning
fan.
turtlenecks.
You and Fee, I
You
thought
said
y'all
banning
was.
turtleneck.
I'm banning turtleneck. Every turtleneck nigga think they just any nigga with turtleneck and black glasses, do not click on that shit. That nigga's either a hotep or he's a lame ass nigga who just started getting pussy after the pandemic that thinks he can tell women what they're worth and shit now. Like, I
Man,
never
them niggas
respected
don't
no
even be
pussy getting
pussy.
niggas.
Bro, them niggas don't even be getting pussy,
No,
bro.
I never respected no getting pussy niggas when
Maybe
it
I
comes
like
to them
something
talking
wrong
about
with the
women.
pussy. Like, oh, no, her credit score ain't 750. I ain't fucking her. Like,
This is
get your
crazy.
gay ass out of here, bro.